Kelp Paddy fishing with the hookup baits. It's a very effective way to hit the paddies when they got yellowtail and dorado sitting on the paddies. If they're around and they're on that paddy and they're feeding, they're going to eat the hookup bait. So it's worth a try. It's a very quick way to hit them and move on. If there's nothing home, you're not wasting live bait on it. So my go-to would be the 1 ounce mint is my go-to. The 5/8 is also another good choice. If the fish are being finicky, you can fish the 5/8 on that 15 to 20 pound. Sometimes we'll make them bite when they're not biting nothing else. And then if they're a little bit deeper, you can throw the 1.5, or to get a farther cast on it if you're fishing from a cattle boat or something. But the 1 ounce is my all-around go-to for yellowtail dorado paddy fishing. The mint, obviously my favorite, but the chovy, the sardine is also very effective. And then a lot of times with the dorado, they like that pink one. So those are the ones to throw. I like to use just my heavier bass rod, the Shimano Terramar 8 or 8.5 foot, and then the 5000 Shimano Twin Power, or the Saragossa 5000 or 6000 Saragossa, like we use for pretty much everything from bass to yellowtail to tuna. They're great all-around setups. 30 pound Power Pro Super Slick to a 25 pound fluoro leader. Now when you park on a paddy, obviously going to go upwind. I usually go just out of casting range upwind, turn the boat off, and plan your float by the paddy. Now when you're casting at the paddy, I try not to cast right at the paddy. You don't want to be that guy that casts on the paddy and hooks the paddy, So I like to cast to each side of it and past it, as far as I can go, 10, 20 yards past it. So by the time you get that bait running, by the time you come by that paddy, you're already retrieved 10, 20 yards of line, and that bait's doing what it needs to do. You're doing about a medium crank and just popping the bait at the same time. Just like so. That bait's gonna be shooting back and forth through the water, looking all yummy and stuff, and if there's fish there, I can guarantee you they're gonna bite it. Just as fast as they're gonna bite anything else. So when there's a lot of times when there's dorado around, as soon as it hits the water, right there, I'll start, dorado sit right on top. Sometimes as soon as it hits the water, you start your retrieve. If they're yellowtail, I'll give it a 10, 15 count, let it get down 10, 15 feet, and then start the same retrieve either way. Medium speed reel and popping it. The reason we do spinning reels, that is actually easier to do with a spinning reel than it is with a casting reel for most people. It's just kind of a natural action there. We already fished this paddy a bunch, so it's dry, but just wanted to show you this little tip for fishing paddies with the hookup baits.